coins are just like,
Let's go to sushi. I kind of want to fucking see what happened.
yeah,
Because I know you were talking about it earlier.
what was it? Yeah, this is so crazy to me. I can't believe that. With everything tanking the way it is, this is still like making higher highs.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure all time highs is
20
22
bucks.
bucks.
Yeah. This
So,
thing was this thing was in the gutter a year ago.
yeah. Like a year ago today, it was a
Yeah, it
dollar.
was. That's fucked.
And then it did all this and gave it all back. And then
Yeah. Now it's running
it's
again.
still holding up. So, yeah, sushi's a good coin. Just a lot of potential, I think, too.
Was this part of that meta hype?
The sushi swap.
Yeah, or was that the avalanche?
No, yeah, I think that was I think that was more Avalanche.
Oh.
And this is like, I don't know, is there any news like that would be moving this? I don't know, like it's weird how you see these coins like this that are, even with Bitcoin doing what it's doing, it's still so
It,
strong.
yeah, 100%. Is the
Um,
record on, by the way?
yeah, yeah,
Okay, nice.
yeah,
It is kind of crazy. You want to have a look at VeChain too?
yeah. VeChain we like. VeChain 2 I think was, I remember, where was it? I had
It
bought a
ran up
little
at one
bit.
point.
Yeah, like it was around this level for a long time, like this eight
Yeah.
cent level,
Yeah.
and then like it couldn't get back to the 9 cents.
I remember when Ripple and Cardano were running. A VeChain was also like it was up at 20 cents or something. I
Yeah,
remember it. Yeah, look at that. Holy fuck.
yeah, made a big move. Yeah, we like VeChain it's a little bit too. I traded a little bit in the beginning um, of December, but I really haven't gone back and touched it a lot. Even this Axie Infinity is I think this is the gaming,
Oh, it's one of
the
those
crypto
video game
gaming.
ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So this was a huge, like it's down a lot from
yeah. Yeah, it fell off a cliff.
like the last week. So this one's moving a lot with like the general market, but like year to date, like crazy movements it made, like to 150, 160. Like this was almost like a Solana type of moving coin.
Yeah,
Even in less time, this was half a year. It was at $3, and it went to
160.
wow, yeah.
That's
So
insane.
within 5 months, I don't even know the percent on that, but within 5 months it made massive moves. I think the whole crypto gaming space too, like I wanted to even talk to you about it a little bit, is gonna be like huge.
Yeah.
Like if we go into metaverse, like even like Sandbox and these smaller coins like Engine Coin I had for a long time before.
Yeah.
Like when I first initially bought Cardano, hasn't really done a lot. Like you saw $4.5, but kind of still been down
Yeah.
and slow. But this whole gaming industry,
Yeah.
like the market caps on these coins, like six
It's
billion
insane.
dollar market cap on the biggest coin in this is like absurd. Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah, it is insane. Even Mana
Yeah,
for the crypto video games that's coming.
yeah,
Mana's nice too, but it's like Sandbox and Mana got pumped when the metaverse news came up.
yeah.
So
Like this thing just took right off.
yeah.
Again, this was 3 months. It was at
Yep.
under $1,
Yep.
and
Ended up hitting well over $5.
yeah, like these were things like you had to believe in the gaming space
Yeah.
to kind of sell yourself on buying a position. But even like this UFO coin, I hear a lot about it all the time, which is like fractions of a penny, but a lot of people believe in this. Um,
Yeah, but for it to hit even a cent is
yeah, it's
it's insane.
do a lot. But yeah, there's a lot of good small projects like Remark too. If you look into these coins, like always look at the like I'm saying to everybody, like always do your own research. Doesn't matter who you hear it from. Any person, any YouTuber, any influencer, anybody. Always don't take anybody's word for anything and just do your own research and figure out if it's right for you and if you actually like the project. But
I feel like
yeah, go ahead.
a lot of it comes from, I know for us, it's a lot of it, like we think about what we think the future is going to look like. So if you wanted to take the video game crypto as an example, obviously a lot of video games and honestly a lot of real life things are going to turn into virtual reality. Those headsets you put on, it's like you're in a different world, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
like when I was hearing about the people investing in land in the metaverse, and people were like buying houses beside Snoop Dogg's house in the metaverse and all this shit, and I was like, that's just so crazy. Like I don't even, it's almost like you think about like in 20 years are we gonna be like living virtually? Like
I know it seems crazy, but I mean, like, people are buying land that doesn't physically exist in a metaverse that hasn't even been established yet. A lot of investing comes from what someone believes the future is going to be, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it even took us a few years to kind of drift away from the stock market and into crypto. Like 5, 6, 7 years ago, I didn't really even believe like crypto would be what it is now. But now all I'm thinking is that like this is the future. You really gotta. But I realized too, switching from what you were saying from stocks to this, was like you really have to convince yourself and you have to believe it yourself. Like you can't, at least the state it's in right now, where there's so much like, there's like a whole unsure and like people think it's a scam and all this stuff type of people, like half of people thinking about it, and then there's like the other half that just believe in it and just know it's going to be something in the future. And so it's like with stocks, nobody thinks that it's just going to go away one day, right? But with this, it's new, right? So you really have to believe in it and you have to have confidence, and that's where you won't get scared out of your positions, right? Like when stuff like this is happening now, you can see on Bitcoin, like the movement this thing's making from the 69K. Like I know people that bought it here at 68K. And like where we are now, like would people start saying here, like, okay, we're going to zero? Like new people that just start trading this don't have confidence, don't understand what it is, what it means, why it does the things it does, right? Like, when you get comfortable, you understand the things it does, and you have to just be patient, right? Exactly. And so many times you hear people talk about like your account fluctuates by thousands of dollars, like within 10 minutes or overnight you're down $3,000, and then in the morning you wake up, you're up $3,000. Like it's all over the place. So you have to have the confidence to know that even if you were to buy something and 20 minutes later it's down, depending on what you're buying, but even a couple percent. Crypto moves a couple percent, no issues. Like I know in our video yesterday talking about Matic. Matic ran 30% in 3 days, and this is a smaller coin for price ranges, right? Like we're not talking about Bitcoin running, a certain amount of money. We're talking about a smaller coin moving 30% in 3 days. So
exactly.
Anything can happen.
Like this is definitely the space now. Like this is the place to be. Like millionaires are made overnight in this stuff. Whether it's trading crypto, whether it's doing the NFTs, whether it's, one part or the other, there's, you can also lose your shirt overnight, but, that's the risk we all take doing this or anything else. So.
Exactly. But that's also why there's, a lot of importance in doing your own research, right? Because, you might be on TikTok or on YouTube or something, and some guy's like, oh, this new coin, like whatever. A lot of people get paid to pump up new coins, right? Like how many times you see those coins start at like a fraction of a penny,
they run up like a couple 1,000% and then fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
Like people that aren't doing research and realizing that stuff like that is not how you actually trade crypto, you have to be careful, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say one more thing with I don't know if you saw the crypto.com coin that they just got, the Staples Center?
Yeah.
So they just got the naming rights to that building now.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So that was a huge thing. I think it was before Christmas Day, and then the Lakers played Christmas Day, and then it got this whole pump. Like, I forget where I bought it at. I think around 50.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this last week.
Yeah, I think around 50 cents I bought it, and then I ended up dumping it like on the way up here, like 60 or 62. But it was a huge move. Like, it was a very public known, like almost like guaranteed thing, because they already had the naming rights. But then Christmas Day the Lakers were going to play, and it was the first game where they had the name of the stadium and they were advertising it and whatever. So that was a good opportunity too on a smaller coin to make a little bit of percentages. And honestly, I think long term, like if you compare crypto.com coin to the Binance coin, or not Binance, sorry, where's the BNB coin? Yeah, the BNB coin. Okay, look at this coin at $520. Okay, and the market caps of the two exchanges, right? So this is 86 billion and 13 billion. Okay?
Yeah.
So there's only a difference of, even if we call it 10 and 85.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's really only an 8 times difference, being estimating, right? And the difference in coin price is very large.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of people are talking about crypto.com, like their coin. And I know that the users, I think there's actually more users. I could be wrong. I don't remember what was, I looked up the stats the other day, but I forget if there was more on crypto.com by like a significant amount, or if it was very, very close. Right? So I think this coin...
crypto.com is popping off right now. I don't think a lot of people saw that coming as an exchange even, right? Like, I know we're using it. It's amazing. Better than anything we've ever used.
Yeah. So just another thing to look at. A lot of people underlook these exchange coins, and they don't really take them seriously, and they don't feel like they're a real investment opportunity. But it's definitely going to do a lot of things. Like, they're doing a lot with advertising. You can see here to run a Super Bowl ad. Like, they're doing a lot, especially with the Staples Center thing was massive that they did that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
They're a smart company with marketing and how they manage their company. So
I mean, we're even seeing it, UFC fights. It's kind of spreading like wildfire now. You kind of see the company everywhere. Yeah. And like you mentioned earlier, even with the Staples Center rebranding the name and taking over and everything, that shows how crucial it is to be on news as well, because you played that on the way up because you knew of the news, right? Someone who kind of isn't really checking up on news every day, not really following. You miss an opportunity like that. Sure, it's a 10 cents move, but it's a 10 cents move on a coin that's 50 cents.
Yeah.
So you're moving 20% in a day.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to go over the Ripple airdrop stuff with the dollar run?
Yeah, we could.
You want to look at that? I just thought it was interesting because what I found funny about it was that the whole airdrop thing was, I forget the day it was planned to come out. I think it was the day it hit $1. Like, I think it was here, the 22nd or the 23rd, where you, like, if you were holding XRP, you were gonna get a portion of these airdrop new coins or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of people, when that came out, they were like, they
were buying.
It was 80 cents, and then within a day or two, it was like 90 cents. Like, it was,
and this is USD.
Yeah. Like, it was giving back this whole tank. It gave back in a day. Like, it was making crazy moves for almost like no reason really, because as soon as you get your airdrop, it's gonna come back down.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. I found that funny. I found it weird. I did a small move on it, nothing big, because I didn't really know how fast it was gonna come down after. right? Like, okay, people buy to get their airdrop, and then as soon as they get it, everyone's gonna sell it, right? So it's almost like you have to be really quick with it, and you have to be watching it. But yeah, that was something last week too. Like that's a 10 cent, 20 cent. Like if you were early enough and you understood that was coming, like even here, that was an 18-cent move.
Yep.
Right? Like that's an 18% move. So I think a lot of this is starting to turn into news now. As before, it was less news and it was more just, what's this coin? What's it going to do? Do people believe in it? I'm going to buy it and it's going to run. Now it's like, what is this coin doing? Okay, XRP is doing an airdrop. Okay, it brings a lot of attention. People want that. It's going to run and then it's going to tank, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of moving now the market a little bit. And yeah, you're seeing a little more like manipulation and stuff nowadays with crypto. But anything that's getting big like this is going to be manipulated. Can't control it in today's society.
Yeah,
but
exactly. And everything with XRP as well. Like I had XRP for a long time. Everything going with the lawsuit and you know, everyone's like, oh, it's going to be over by December, and now December's done. They're not even close to a settlement. It's just, XRP is one of those coins where it's like, if you have it at a good price, it doesn't hurt to hold it. It's just, it's like, it's hard to know what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So, just making a couple plays off of the news, like you mentioned, with dropping and everything, it's the best thing you can do with a coin like a Ripple.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, you want to get into a little bit of TA, or is there anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think we can move over to TA.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want to start with? Just Bitcoin we can start talking about?
Yeah.
There's a couple things it did. People know.
Is that 200 on the EMA or 20?
Yeah, it's 200.
It's 200.
Yeah.
See, when it fell back through.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
That was a big telltale of what we're gonna be seeing, but
I feel like it's gonna. Yeah, what were you gonna say, Story?
No, I was just saying, it's funny to see like this 50K level when we were in this downtrending channel after this liquidation candle, and 50K was. Let me just mark it so we can all visualize it here. Well. So 50K, we were in this channel here, like these 7 like week and a half, and we break the 50K so strong, and then everyone's calling for 60K. We're gonna reclaim the all-time high, all this stuff, all this whatever, right? And then we do it for about 3-4 days, where we're above. We test 51.5, hit 52, and this would have been the telltale for anybody who's constantly looking at TA, that this 52 rejection was huge. Like for it to hit 52 like that and just fall off a cliff right after. I think even in the 4 hour, I don't even think. Yeah, you had a little bit of this open. Like this is never a good sign too when you have this very open candle.
When it doesn't fill,
at a high point, it means it's really weak to the upside. So, and then you can see again too with the 200 EMA. Look how many times it got tested here.
Like you have, it got rejected.
I don't even know. You got 6, 7, 8 candles here. One gets above and then right back through.
Yeah.
Right. So this is why we say too, I think, higher time frames and not just looking like this. Or this.
When you're looking at a 5 minute, it doesn't really tell you.
Yeah. This really doesn't tell you much. It'll tell you what it's going to do maybe in the next half an hour. But if you want a little bit of a trend and to figure out what it's going to do and where it's going, I think hourlies are really good for that.
Yeah. And even like, you know, to go off what you were saying about how Bitcoin above, everybody thought it was going to run to 60 and rejected at 52. There was even a time where Bitcoin was bouncing off the 200-day EMA as support. So everybody was like, okay, it came down a little bit, but it's using, you know, the 200 EMA as support. And then it ran back up again, got rejected at 52, and it kind of broke right down, right through the 200-day, didn't consolidate, didn't use it as support. And now it's in a downtrend again. I feel like there's going to be a double bottom here, and then we might see a move up.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened on the 17th and between the 17th and the 20th.
Yeah.
So I think in the next 2 days here, if there's a double bottom on Bitcoin, I think it might see another test towards the 200-day EMA.
Yeah, I agree with you. Another big thing I think a lot of people are watching this level too, is that throughout this whole period here, obviously our lowest points were 45,500. So a big theory people had was that this liquidation candle has to get filled, right?
Oh yeah.
So a lot of people are thinking, okay, now that we're coming down again, and we've already broke the 50K, we broke our 200 EMA, and we may be coming down if we're testing this level here, and if this breaks through, let's say we go to 44.5, then yeah, I think there's downside potential to 42, and you can't really call a bottom if it breaks this level, because this has been tested a lot of times here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus times.
Yeah.
So it's definitely risky right now, I think, to make a move to the upside if you're betting up.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy Bitcoin. I'm thinking if it double bottoms, we might see it.
Yeah. That's what I think is more probable, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Is that it probably touches here again, below 45, and then we get a bounce to the upside, breaking 52K, and then eventually going through, right? So I'm just saying there's a possibility. Yeah, a lot of people saying that this, like, there's been a lot of times too. Let's see if I can get an example of liquidation candles where they've been filled. Like here's one right here. So here's the one that we just had, and there's another one here.
Yeah.
Basically, like, these are manipulation candles. Like, these are, somebody's doing this to liquidate a lot of people out of the market, right? So this went down another, what was this? 10K candle almost.
Yeah.
9.5. So this was a big drop like what we saw earlier this month. And we didn't get the fill. It was definitely a lot faster. We had our little tank, had our little trend, our little channel, and then we saw some upside, still not breaking above this original liquidation candle. So we're still stuck in this pattern, getting above 200 EMA. People think we're strong. And then again with the fast downwards, and then eventually we get filled, right?
Yeah.
And then it can go on to do its normal stuff and then retrace and go upwards again.
Yeah.
But
the thing is that, that one hasn't filled yet.
Yeah. And this one, you can see, is that we never broke the top of it or the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Right? So the top was 52.6, and highest we've seen is 52.1. So if you don't break to either which side, you're kind of still in between this level until it either breaks below or breaks up. Right?
Yep.
So
and that's why it looks like it's been trading just straight sideways.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of movement up, but it's getting stuck.
Yeah. So
it's it's a weird time for the market overall as well. There's like Bitcoin's doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. I mean, we can flip to Matic. Matic is one that honestly, it doesn't look like it's feeling the market too much. Like no matter what really happens in the market, I feel like Matic's doing its own thing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I know we were talking about that the other night. Matic, a lot of coins, we're talking Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, a lot of those were down last week. And Matic had that big move we discussed yesterday in the video. Now Matic has corrected, and a couple other coins are on the move. Matic for even short to long term, either way, I know the team is behind it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Matic too, like we even saw before, with the whole down movement, like I've been saying it for like the last month now with Matic, is that it's so independent on the market, and it kind of just does whatever it wants to do, because people look at this coin at 250 and say, wow, like I don't care that Bitcoin's at 47K and not looking good. Like Matic's a good coin, and it shows strength. Like it shows that it has like if you look from, okay, we had the same similar type of liquidation candle, and we've only made higher highs since
Yes.
this point, right? We had this, then we kind of evened out again, bottomed with a support, but since this trend channel here, we've only been making higher highs, which is 2 weeks more, right? Almost 3 weeks. 2 weeks. But and the way that it keeps this 200 EMA is just so, it's very impressive to me how it stays so strong. And usually you would think Matic usually does move more with Ethereum than it does with Bitcoin, because of the connection. But even Ethereum hasn't looked good.
Yeah.
Right? Like in this, like you can see how different the charts look, right? Like you look at this chart and you look at this chart, and there's just complete opposites. Like this is downhill and this one's uphill. And then you go to Bitcoin and ETH and it's the same thing. These look exactly the same, right? So I think Matic is there's not really a bad time to buy it, I think, because you look 6 months down the road, like people are saying Ethereum should be 20K by next year. Well, if Ethereum's 20K by next year, Matic should be $100.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to predict that it's going to be $100 because who knows, but I think a conservative bet to say that I think Matic will definitely be $5, $10 by next year. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Right. There's a lot of hope in this coin. And also it can take off really quick. Like we saw here, where was it? It was 180 is when I started buying this coin right here.
Mm-hmm.
I started like investing in it heavier, and you can see how fast
it moves.
Within, let's go to a 1 hour. But yeah, like it moves a lot. Like it's not this was a 45% move in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So the coin almost.
And I know.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
No, go.
No, I'm just saying it's. I know it gave it all back, and we're doing it again now. But
well, to an extent, it didn't give all of it back, but
yeah,
it did come down quite a bit. Like it was trading at 290 3 days ago. So
yeah. No, like that's what I'm saying. After the run, it came back down to the point it was at before, but now we're building back up again.
Yeah.
Right. So,
no, I absolutely love Matic. The price we have it at, I absolutely love it. I even love Matic now, to be honest. I know in the video we did yesterday, we were talking about this wedge as well, and it's another day today that Matic's been holding this wedge. And if you zoom out and you look at the 1 day, this looks perfect. Like if Matic can hold that bottom wedge support, and we see another leg up, it's going back to 290, and then from there it's going to pick it up, right?
Yeah.
And there's no saying where it goes. You got to think, right? Matic is what, in a sense, allows Ethereum. It allows Ethereum to run as efficient as it does. And, I know there's a lot of concern about how Ethereum runs, but for what Matic offers to both the crypto market and to Ethereum itself, people are talking Ethereum 20K, Matic's $2.50, and I know Matic will never be what Ethereum is, but there's no way that this is a fair valuation. It makes no sense for this coin to be anything under $5.
Well, even
that was a lot of
right now, like Matic is faster. The gas fees are cheaper.
Yep.
Like it is better than Ethereum. Like the platform, right?
Ethereum has horrible gas fees.
Yeah, and the speed of it is just so slow compared to these newer platforms. So it's if you're thinking logically, Matic should be worth more because it's a better platform, but Ethereum has a lot more behind it than Matic currently does too, right? So
yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying I love ETH as much as I like Matic, so it's I think they're both going to be really good. 2022 should be a good year for both of them. One thing I was going to say is that I wish when we broke all-time highs at 270, I wish we used it as support. instead of coming right back down a day later.
That's actually a really good point. That would have been nice to see.
Because that would have shown so much. That would have been like we're resetting at a new floor now.
Yeah.
Because we got above it really fast. Like this green candle is like, it's showing you, okay, like we're on to new things now. We're breaking this old all-time high, and we're staying above it. And then it just,
and that's in a single day as well, right? Like he's talking about instant moves. That candle's one day, it broke the all-time high like that.
Yeah. So that would have been nice, but you know what? We didn't get it. But at least we're still going up. So yeah, Matic's definitely. Yeah, we made a video on it yesterday. You can go through that for more in detail stuff. But what was another one you want to look at, chart wise?
I mean, we can. Like, there's so many, right? Like, I know we've been talking about VeChain. The chart's not looking too great because of the movement on it right now. I know we're also talking about Solana and Polkadot.
Yeah, we
Those
can
are
even
two
look
that.
at. I'm even thinking. These are all very similar to, like, Bitcoin and Ethereum, like the charts. You know what's one I actually wanted to look at was Avalanche. Because this one was getting shorted so hard.
Yeah,
these
I know
past few days.
that was part of the Metaverse release, right? I remember. I think this is one that ran huge in the Metaverse news.
Yeah. So this, Avalanche. Did you ever? Did you have this at one point? Like,
no, I never traded Avalanche.
Yeah, Avalanche was I don't know, like what it did in, again, 2 weeks was so, like you just see a start and two starts to a trend within these 2 weeks, right? They both start the same way. You had this breaking the 200 EMA, you know, this
and you see that bottom support as well, right? At the channel with the consolidation, and you see the bottom support.
Yeah. And but breaking above like this, like it was at 80 in the 70s level for this whole time here, and then it broke above so fast and just took off to 130. Like I remember looking at this thing, and it was like, holy shit! It's like it's $90, then it's like 110, and then it's 117, and then it's 125. It was just going for days, like just straight up, like a lot of things were the last couple of weeks, but and then you see.
I also.
Sorry.
Yeah. No. Go.
No, I just wanted to say, and then you see at the end, you kind of see that it's getting weak and it's topping out at the 127s. Like you kind of get retests here a little bit, even at 125 a couple times, when it stayed within like this flat level, right? And then it slowly came down. And then once it breaks this 200 EMA, I remember people were shorting it right here, started a lot of short positions and just rode it all the way down. And I think they're still in them now. They're looking for the break of 100. And then if we break 100, then you're looking at giving back this whole run here. And then you're back down to the 80s and even less. But yeah, go on. What you were going to say?
Yeah, I know in our first video when we were talking 200-day EMA is such a good indicator. Because this chart showing a perfect example. I just want to point out once Avalanche broke. Yeah, we were talking about the large green candle that broke the 200-day EMA.
Yeah,
you can see that it runs up, it comes down. It's in a downtrend. It just slightly hits or stays right above the 200-day EMA, and then you can see because it consolidates. We're using a 2-hour candle here. So if you're talking 4 sticks, that's 8 hours of consolidation along the 200-day EMA. And because it doesn't even touch it, it just comes down close. It doesn't break its support. You can see it run back up to a new higher high than when it had originally broke through the 200-day EMA. And then going with what you mentioned, almost looks like a double top there at 125. It wasn't able to break the ceiling, and then that's when you see the downtrend start to happen. You see a downtrend, then it comes back down, touches the 200-day EMA again, uses it as support, and then it runs back up to about 120. And then you see that again comes down in a downtrend. This is near the end of the chart.
Yeah.
Uses it as support again, but now you see that actually liquidated 2 candles through the 200-day EMA. Although they didn't fill, there was still a price period where the price dropped below the 200-day EMA, and then you see it kind of come back up, and then you just see that one large sell candle, and it's been in a downtrend since then. It's under the 200-day EMA, and there's no telling where this is going to stop in the downtrend. It's you might see the 80s level again. You see a older support there at $75. So you might see it test that again, because the fact that it broke the 200-day like that, you kind of saw what happened last time. It broke the 200-day EMA like that. It went for pretty long downtrend down to $75.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's a good point. I just wanted to say quickly, like, anybody who's gonna be watching this or anything, if you're getting into this recently, like I would say ever since this crash, getting into trading crypto and all that stuff, this isn't a healthy time of the market being in. I know I kind of butchered that, but what I'm trying to say is that what we've seen in December has been like the most unsure, back and forth, nobody knows direction.
Yeah.
Right? So this isn't normal, right? And it has to do with like a lot of factors, like end of the year, institutions closing their books, so a lot of retail's been controlling the market. It has a lot to do with a lot of things, but to show you like more a healthier, which I think we're going to get back to, like when we're in an actual bull market, because I've heard people say we're in a bear market, 3 days later we're in a bull market. People don't know. People are like, when this happened, oh, we're in a bear market, right? And then when it broke this channel, when it did this, oh, we're in a bull market now, right here. And then when it did this down move here, oh, we're going to go into a bear market, we're going to see 42K. So it's like for the new people that are listening to all these things and are just like, you hear someone say bull market here, you're buying, and then you hear someone say bear market and you're selling, and you're just so confused and you get a bad taste in your mouth, right? But when everything's trading healthier and it's moving healthier and you can draw out really strong channels, right? Within, this is just Bitcoin, but with a lot of things, like here is like this is a healthy uptrend. Like this is a healthy uptrend. Now this is a normal pullback, right? This is from 52K. Like this is a big move, but this also happened within like a day, right? But this is a healthy pullback because of what it did the past 2 months, right? It has to give some back, and then it goes on to do it again, right? And then what we've seen this last month is like we kind of topped out here at 69K, and then people say bear market because look at all these massive downwards moves we have, right? You got 66 to 59, then you have 59 to 53, then you have 57 to 42, right? So it's like you see the downs, and then here you just see the ups, right? You see all these massive up candles, 5K, 5K, 3K, right? So I wouldn't say bear market, I wouldn't say bull market. I say the market is trying to figure out what it's going to do next year. That's what I think is happening into the year. And just not to get too confused, right? And stick to the coins that you like and you trust in, like something like Sushi Swap that just hasn't gave a shit about what anything else is doing this past week even.
Yeah, it's in its own world.
Just doesn't care, right? And it came down from $13 and it bottomed out here at 5 or 4.5. But with everything Bitcoin's doing and the whole market coming down, and like this just doesn't care, and it's pushing and it's moving, right? So pick a coin you like, do your research, And yeah, listen to people, learn from people, but don't use them as your entry and exit signals. But that's what I just wanted to say quickly, just to get it in. People understand.
Yeah, exactly. And I know we were mentioning that earlier when we were looking at Bitcoin's chart. It's a tough time to know, like everything, it's trading sideways, it's running, it's moving down, breaking 200-day EMAs, looks like it's going to go, and then it comes to support. So it is a pretty unsure time, but like you mentioned, there are a lot of coins, Matic, Sushi, Solana, that are holding their value, and you don't really see as much manipulation. And obviously everybody knows about COVID as well. That doesn't help anything, because every time there's a new variant, everybody's worried, markets are moving weird ways. It's just a really weird time, and not even so much like within the actual crypto space. It's more the world that's affecting how this is moving.
Yeah.
So it's more just at a time like it is now, you just want to kind of, if you're getting into it, you don't want to get a bad taste in your mouth. You want to watch, obviously you want to watch information videos and everything, but you want to look at things on your own as well, try to understand what's moving now because of how the world is.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. Is there anything else you want to give, like any other, what else do we think we should say here? Or what else you want to talk about? I feel like we covered a lot too.
Yeah, how long has the stream been open?
45.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think we went over a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well,
you wanna call it here?
Yeah, we can call it here. You want to just wrap it up with some words and then shut it down?
Yeah. Okay.
You're a good closing guy.
Okay. So this is going to conclude today's stream. And, today we just kind of wanted to do a general overview of, looking into some coins, some news, going over some technical analysis for Bitcoin, for Matic, see how the market's moving. We actually, we were debating doing a live stream, but we figured it would be the best way just to keep a good flow going. So we hope for anybody watching that, you learned something new today, and for anybody watching the video, it'll be posted later on our page. And as always, the page is brand new. We hope that if you guys are enjoying any of it, just know that it's going to be getting better as we get better at, recording videos, explaining things. We're kind of just used to, trading on our own. We really had to explain record things for other people. So trying our best. We hope that if you guys learned something, you subscribe to the channel, drop a like, helps us out a lot, keeps us motivated. And we hope you enjoyed. Have a good rest of the night.